The next car that you selected to view from ClassicMuscleCars.com is another new arrival. Now, what is this, Jeremy?
It's the machine.
The machine! You're probably saying, what is the machine? Well, let's talk about what the machine was, but first, let's talk a little bit about the history of performance cars from AMC, which this is an AMC, American Motors Corporation. Now, in the 60s, the AMC products were low man on the totem pole. You had Ford, you had Chrysler, you had GM, number one dealer, GM of the 60s, right? For pushing out muscle cars.
They got no respect.
So, in 1968, American Motors came out with the AMX, the only second two-seater car that America ever built for a sports car. Yes or no, right? I'm right. The Corvette was the other one. They did away with the T-Bird back in 55, 6, 7. They were two-seaters, and then they went to the four-seater in 1958. So, they came out with the AMX, which was a stepped-up version of the Javelin, which was an awesome car. Today, they're super popular. They have come into their own for 1968, 9, and 70, and the early 70s. But after 70, they went back to four seats in those cars. So, they had some special things going on. Now, in the later 60s, they wanted to get in on the popularity of the muscle car boom, so they took this car and they turned it into the machine. Before this version was a four-door car or a two-door hardtop, but it wasn't a performance car. So they came out with a machine package, which was a 394 barrel, but the first original versions of these cars were red, white, and blue. Now, you'll probably remember those.
Back online.
Oh, we switched gears here. Jeremy had to change the little tape action there, so I'm going to get back to what I was talking about with the 1969 Rambler, her Scrambler SC that we have here. That's a car that you'll see listed on our website, but that's a car that we're restoring. Now, that's a red, white, and blue car also. This version was offered that way originally when it first came out. Later, in 1970, this is the second version. This bright green metallic, and Ed knows the official name for the paint code, was the way that they were produced in later 1970. Now, what's cool about this car, and Jeremy's going to show you this when he comes around, this has got a real cool ram air hood on it, okay? This is functional ram air. He can show you underneath the hood. But on the back side of this, it's got a hood tank built in. Man, that's cool. We're talking about American Motors, man. Low guys on a totem pole. They really had some great engineers to come up with something that was a combination ram air hood, hood tank, and looked cool, right? It looks awesome. Buckets, console. They got a pretty cool steering wheel in here. These are not quite like the original wheels, but they're pretty darn close. We had Kragers on this car when it came in. We changed them. It's got brand new rubber on it. It looks great. Look at this mirror, too, also. This is the machine package. This is part of it. It's just a way cool car. They came out, they had these wild graphics on a lot of their cars. And you know what? This car ran really well. It's a strong running car. So this is a very rare limited production car. You see more of the red, white, and blue ones than you do these. They didn't make too many of these in this color, okay? So it is a rare car. Its numbers match, original motor. It is a nice car. This is priced at a great price to where you can get in on the ground floor opportunity of cars now that are beginning to boom in this muscle car market because of the fact that they are gaining so much popularity for being such rare cars and such hard cars to find. A lot of the other well-known name muscle cars are now in the stratosphere. We all know what's happening with the Cudas, the E-bodies, and the Challengers. You can't touch them with a 10-foot pole. Junk. I mean junk. Well, those cars are bringing 25 or 30,000 just to restore. Now you can get into this car for a great price, and you've got a great investment. So I want you to give Ed a call, 847-526-5950. He can give you more information. He can give you more pictures of this car. Remember, folks, this is a great buy coming from ClassicMuscleCars.com.
And here we are. It's the machine. Revel, the machine. Let's go for a look around it. Check out this awesome hood scoop. And on the flip side, you've got the hood tack. Very cool. Let's go for a walk around the exterior. You don't see these around too often. Even back in the day, they weren't the average machine. Everyone was buying the Chevelles and the Camaros, Mustangs, Super Bs, etc. Not too many of these were around, but they're cool just the same. It's got some very nice lines to it. Let's look under the hood. There we go. Yeah, it looks pretty nice. They did a pretty good job under here. I think we're going to do a little bit more cleaning up underneath here. But it doesn't need a whole lot. Looks like an MSD coil, and it is. Power steering, power brakes. There's the wiring for the hood tack, and there's the flapper for the ram air, whatever the AMC term was for the cowl induction on the hood. It's got the proper air cleaner that matches right up with the hood there to get that fresh air right on down into the carburetor. Very nice. So you even got the original AMC windshield wiper bottle. The bag, I should say. Let's check out the inside. Check out the back seat first. Very nicely done. The back deck looks virtually unmolested. The headliner is in reasonable shape. Pretty good shape, actually. Carpet's immaculate. There's the red, white, and blue armrest. It's got the console underneath. And the floor down here underneath my protective paper is in good shape. It says power brake right on the pedal too. And it's got an aftermarket, one of those fader control thingies. Let's get inside and take a look. On the steering wheel, it's got that red, white, and blue treatment as well. The odometer reading 4950. Don't know if that's accurate, but that's what it reads. It has a clock. It has the AM radio. That's the American Motors vertical style radio. The machine. Can we read it there? Yes, Rebel. Nice and clean in here. Shift command. Let's start it up. Sounds pretty darn healthy. The 390s were pretty decent. Let's go for a look in the trunk. Wow, nice spring on that. And it's beautiful inside here. And it's got a jack. No rear speakers included. It's got the space, spare, big space where the spare would be. Soft seals, nice and soft. Nice. There you have it. Before we go away, here's a view of the hood tack. The key buzzer works too. AMC Rebel, the machine, waiting to go home with you from ClassicMuscleCars.com.